Hi team, welcome once again. As we discussed in our last meeting, Acme Widget Company is considering to expand its operations globally. We are looking at different countries such as Vietnam, China, France, and India. So currently, Acme is planning to build a manufacturing plant in Vietnam to facilitate sales in China and India. So this means that products will be manufactured in Vietnam and be sold in China and India. So let's start by defining key terms. Let's start with offshoring. Offshoring, according to Shell, offshoring is a process of obtaining products or services from one country to relocating production to another country. So this process of moving a company's production process or the company's operations to one country helps companies access cheap labor costs, cheap raw materials, and other economic factors. So offshoring, of course, is associated with some risks and benefits as well. So let's start with benefits associated with offshoring. The first benefit is cost savings. So different companies choose to move their operational production activities from one country to another in order to access employees with lower wage benefits, cheap healthcare services, taxes, etc. So Vietnam is a developing country with many unemployed citizens, and of course Acme will be targeting these unemployed citizens. According to Vietnam Net, in 2016 Vietnam registered 1.8 million of unemployed graduates, and the unemployment rate among those graduates aged from 16 to 20 years was up to 7.1%. This shows that there is a high level of unemployment which is in this country, and therefore Acme will establish this manufacturing plant in order to have access to these available employees. In addition, Vietnam offers different incentives to attract more foreign investors who try to do different activities within this country. For example, Vietnam has offered tax incentives such as low corporate income tax. It has also offered exemption from import duty raw materials, as well as reduction of exemption from land rentals or land use tax. So this country has done this in order to attract more foreign investors, and Acme will have an opportunity to have access to these all incentives in this country. Another benefit is opportunity to acquire skilled labor or specialized equipment. According to Shell, companies decide to move their operations from one country to another in order to find skilled employees to do their job properly. In addition, this can be done in order to find specialized pieces of equipment that can only be available in this country. This also concerns like having access to raw materials which are cheap, and where companies will have access to these materials and have its operations accomplished as effectively as it wants them to be. According to TalentNet, currently Vietnam has many young workers, which helps to attract more foreign investors. The country has 54 million young hard-working workers who show that Vietnam is a promising labor supply market. So this will allow Acme to hire these young professionals, and they are skilled and talented, which will also help Acme to conduct or to carry out its operations smoothly. So of course, as they are still young and they are still graduates, they will have cheap or low wage benefits. So the last benefit of offshoring is business expansion. As Acme will have moved its operation from one country to another, this will lead to increase in its brand and the awareness of the brand overseas, which therefore that the business will be expanding from one country to another. This will also lead to potential great benefits, as well as attract more customers from different countries. Now let's move to risks associated with offshoring. The first risk is lack of skilled labor. According to Vietnam Net, many companies have failed to find skilled employees. This means that, even though there is high number of unemployed employees or unemployed graduates in Vietnam, they are not skilled enough. They don't even have enough experience to carry out the operations of Acme as they should be. So this will be a big challenge for Acme because we take much time to train these employees in order to transform them into competent employees. We'll be able to carry out the operations smoothly. The second challenge is cultural and language barriers. While operating in Vietnam, Acme will struggle to adapt to the Vietnamese culture as well as their language. However, this challenge can be easily overcome through training, and Acme will be prepared to deal with that. The last challenge associated, or the last risk associated with offshoring is corruption problem in Vietnam. So according to Dien Luong, there's a problem in the Vietnamese government of corruption. So therefore, there will be a challenge for Acme to operate in this country full of corruption. But Acme has to be prepared in order to be able to deal with this challenge. In short, offshoring is a process of moving a company's operations from one country to another. Also, offshoring is associated with some risks as well as benefits, as we have discussed above. So thank you so much for your kind attention.